truly Professor Nez. In this video, we're going to talk about the number one thing holding you back from creating a brand, creating content, creating what I feel. And actually, this is the number one thing that's holding you back from creating content, but it's also the number one thing holding you back from pretty much everything in life. I would say this is going to be a universal live stream. Hey, good to see you, Luis. Come on in. Come on in, come on in. If you don't know who Professor Nez is, I am a LinkedIn consultant, a professional speaker. I'm a digital brand coach, content creating machine, podcast host, Nez Nation Live right there. And I'm so excited to see you guys. Hey, good to see you, Dom. Dom's in the house. Please share this out, guys, because you know that people are going to want to see this. Trust me, people are going to want to see this. And this is, I can't wait to get into it. This is going to be awesome. Oh, so I can actually share this out. I'm going to share this out. Come on in real quick, guys. Come on in. I'm going to get to, this is going to be one of those live streams. I wasn't actually planning. This was a pop-up live stream. I actually wasn't planning on going live today, but this is one of those live streams. This is one of those days where I just got super, super inspired. And I absolutely had to. I had to go live. So I'm just going to put this on my Facebook. Let me see. I'm going to put this on my page real quick, and then we can get a cookin'. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to share it in my group. Come on in. Let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know what you're up to this wonderful Saturday afternoon, June 30th, as of this recording. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to share with you what I think the majority of people who are watching this on the replay, watching this live, listening to this on the podcast, you may not be 100% aware that this is what's holding you back. And I'm going to come up with something that has helped me out immensely in being able to achieve everything I've ever wanted, not only in my professional life, but in my personal life too. I'm going to tell you what's going on and what's holding you back. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Dom. I'm going to just share this one more time to my group. It's Nez Nation Live, y'all. You know how we do. Really quickly, if you didn't check out, we have had some unbelievable guests as of late. And they're not all loaded up on my podcast yet. Well, if you're listening to this on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, it's probably definitely already posted there. But I mean, the live stream right now, you're watching this live. We have had some, thank you. Thank you, Dom. Not only am I a live stream machine, I'm a content creating machine because I absolutely love it. But because I happen to be good at it, which I think I'm definitely good at it, I think you guys would agree. And because I do it consistently, because I do it all the time, does not mean that I don't have this thing that I'm going to share with you really shortly I'm going to share with you really quick. I have this thing too. And I have this obstacle, this hurdle, this blockade. And I'm going to share with you how you can overcome that. And we're going to get into it in just a second. So, there's a lot of things. Thank you so much, Dom. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Luis. So a lot of things that I just want to say, first of all, hey, Copter Deal, what's up? Good to see you. A lot of things that I just want to say, first of all, is how much I appreciate you guys, Nez Nation. You guys rock. The YouTube community. I did if you're wondering as well, I did a complete live stream on IGTV. I've been getting a lot of questions. I've been getting a lot of emails. Is IGTV going to destroy YouTube? What's going on with IGTV? How do you use IGTV? If you have those questions, I would please implore you, go check out my live stream that I did. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called How IGTV Works. Sorry, my hair is just shambles right now. It's called How IGTV Works. And it will go through and walk you through step by step, as well as some pretty amazing commentary. We had the chat was just on fire, and you get a lot of beautiful perspectives about IGTV. Just really quickly for the record, no, I do not think IGTV is going to destroy YouTube. YouTube is doing just fine. YouTube is doing fantastic. I love YouTube. I love you guys. My primary focus is Instagram's in there too, but my primary focus is my YouTube channel and LinkedIn. A lot of you guys don't know, you're still sort of fuzzy about LinkedIn, but I'm telling you, LinkedIn and LinkedIn video specifically is a beautiful place to create your digital brand. So go check out my previous live stream on IGTV. It's actually, you can get that in podcast form too. We're on iTunes, we're on Google Play, we're on Stitcher. You can go check us out. That's cool, Dom. Me and my friend does live video. Cool. Me and my friends are very big fans. Thank you so much. That means the world to me, Dom. I am a big fan of yours as well. I think you're going to crush it at your age doing live streaming. This is going to relate to you, Dom. It's going to relate to you, Luis. It's going to relate to all of you, Nez Nation, everybody. It relates to me as well. So the number one thing, are you guys ready? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're ready to hear the number one thing. See, I get right into it. I don't stall. I'm not trying to stall and say, oh, I'll wait till people show up. I don't care who shows up. Of course, I want everybody to show up, but I'm going to give you the best content ever. By the way, did you see this right here? Not a sponsor. Let me just show you really quickly. It doesn't look like it can. Here, hold on. I'll tilt this down a little bit so you can see. Yeah, this is, if you don't know what TubeBuddy is, I'm not sponsored. This is not a sponsorship. I just think they're an amazing product. They're an amazing company. But Phil, if you're listening, I'm happy to, work with you. No, TubeBuddy is fantastic. This is the shirt I got from VidCon, and I love the shirt's actually really nice quality too. Good job, guys. If you don't know what's going on with TubeBuddy, thank you, Luis. If you don't know what's happening, if you don't know anything about TubeBuddy, you're really missing out on what I think is the number one tool on how to optimize your YouTube content. Yes, fantastic. Luis, I know. Luis is a great creator. Thank you so much, Dom. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Copter Deal. So here's the number one thing. Some of you guys in the chat are excellent creators, so you can relate to this. You know that feeling that you get? Your chest gets tighter. Your breath starts to increase in, rapidity and frequency. Your neck gets a little bit tight. You feel the sweat, the nerves every time you put yourself out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be content. Anytime you put yourself out there, anytime you want to advocate for something, anytime you want to, hey, Christopher, good to see you. I'm very busy off. Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you so much, Christopher. I really appreciate it. Share this out. I would really appreciate it and definitely watch the replay, because this is something, Christopher, I know you can relate to. You're going to get so much out of this live stream. Everybody watching and listening, you're going to get so much out of this live stream. I promise you. I was not planning on going live today, but I had to. Because I felt that lightning bolt of inspiration. And I was, working with a group. I was working with some mentors and mentees, and I just said, I have to share this with my audience. So that feeling that you get, some people call it adrenaline. Some people call it anxiety. Some people call it, that sort of energy rush where you almost feel like you're having a panic attack. You almost feel like, my God, I'm going to be facing imminent death. Like your first live stream, you hit that live button, you hit that, create button, you post something on social media, you put yourself out there, you raise your hand in class. Perhaps you make that phone call, you have that tough, it's been weighing on your mind. You have to have a conversation with somebody in your life. It's been weighing on your mind, and you finally, just even the thought of picking up the phone and calling that individual, even though it's something that you have to do, you just get these feelings. You get these feelings like, what in the world is going on? I'm here to tell you, it's not that. It's not that feeling, which Professor Nez gets every single time before he does a speaking presentation, every single time before he starts a brand new class. I know you guys might find this hard to believe. Every time before I coach a client, every time before I hit that live button, I get the same thing too. And I want you to know that what is going on, what's happening here, and how this relates to, yes, you can call it fear. Yes, you can call it anxiety. Yes, you can call it adrenaline. Yes, you can call it, maybe the fear of failure or anticipatory anxiety. You can call it all these things. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about how we check this out, Nez Nation. I'm talking about how we interpret those feelings. How we interpret those feelings. You guys, this is huge. This is bigger than just simply creating content. This is how you can actually become an effective human being. This shouldn't be new to all you Nez Nationites out there. This is how you become an effective human being. This is how you overcome everything. This is how you build on your inner game. This is how you build on your inner game. I'm going to get to the chat in a second. Please keep chatting. I'm going to come to the chat in just a second. So that feeling that we get when we, maybe we host a webinar, we host a live stream, we create content, or we have that phone call, what's happening is your brain is hardwired. It's actually out of your control. Your brain is literally hardwired to avoid failure. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Those feelings of, oh my God, the adrenaline, the anxiety, the energy, it's almost like this energy field, this electricity that travels up and down your body, your spine, your nerves, your hands, your feet, everything starts sweating. Those feelings, that's your brain. This is our natural, hardwired, default reptilian setting. This goes back to our ancestors. You are hardwired to avoid failure. Okay. So when you're getting into these situations, or I'll tell you what I mean, Dom. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. When you're getting into those situations where, you feel like, okay, I'm going to finally do it. Let's just pick live streaming, for example. I'm going to finally do it. I'm going to hit that live button and I'm going to do it. Every live streamer knows this feeling, but this really relates to everything. This really relates to anything you want to do. You give a presentation, you have an interview, a job interview, and you go in for the job interview. You're hardwired to avoid failure. So with that kind of experience, what usually ends up happening, this is the number one thing stopping you. This is the number one thing stopping you from not only creating content, but everything is, we think that because we're going through that, here is the real game changer, guys. We think that because we're experiencing that, rapid chest heartbeat, that breathing frequency, the sort of sweating, the sort of feeling like everything is going wrong, and the feeling of like, that feeling, we interpret that as, well, there must be something wrong with us. Well, there must be something that I'm not doing right. There must be, that must mean I'm not good at this. That must mean, because I know Professor Nez, look how good he is at giving live streams. He gets paid to speak all over the world. How does he do it so easily? It's not easy. I'm not doing it easy. Trust me, I'm not doing it easy. Copter Deal, I'll tell you in just a second. Thank you for your question. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. I've been teaching, coaching, consulting longer than maybe some of you in the chat have been alive. I still get those feelings. But the difference is I don't interpret that. I don't judge those feelings. I don't use those feelings as a barometer of whether I'm succeeding, whether I'm doing well, whether I'm worth it, whether I should continue to do it. Because it's a natural, hardwired neurological mechanism in us as human beings. As I said before, you're hardwired to avoid failure. So here's the kicker. Here's the caveat. Here's how you overcome that number one thing that stops all of us, not only from creating content, but from doing anything that is risky. There is not one successful person on the planet who has not succeeded without a ton of failure following them everywhere. You guys, please listen to this. Please heed this. I implore you. I beseech you. Please listen to this. This is a game changer. This is an absolute game changer. There is not one perfect example. Elvis Presley, greatest entertainer of all time. Don't argue with me on that. I can do an Elvis. Don't make me go Elvis. Are you still here, Christopher? Christopher's like, everybody else in the chat's like, who's Elvis? Perfect example. The greatest entertainer of all time, Elvis Presley. Even up to his very last show, this guy would throw up every time before he went on stage. Needs more subs. Good to see you. Oh my God, needs more subs. Everybody sub to needs more subs. He is fantastic. He's a great creator. He's a great, fantastic channel. And one day, Colonel Parker, who's Elvis's manager, said to him, you know, hey, Elvis, you've done like 1 million of these shows. You still get nervous? Like you still throw up? You still like, what's wrong with you? And you know what Elvis said? It's a beautiful, beautiful response. Elvis said, the reason that I still do this, the reason that I still throw up, the reason that I still, you know, get so wound up before a show and I get so, you know, panic stricken is because I care. That's an audience out there and they're expecting me to deliver. And I want to make sure that they get the best show they've ever seen. Any jerk can get up here and do it, you guys. So my point is this. If you understand this fact, it's a biological fact. If you understand this biological fact that you are going to have these feelings every time you endeavor and attempt to not only create content, to not only do a live stream, to not only put out a video, because guys, putting stuff out there on social media, putting stuff out there, period, putting yourself out there, exposing who you are, right? Laying yourself vulnerable to the internet, which is a real funky proposition in its own right. I mean, that's some heavy stuff. You're going to get a lot. Not everybody's going to like you. I know that comes as a shock. Everybody should like Professor Nez, but not everybody's going to like you, right? So you're going to get trolls. You're going to get negative comments. You're going to get hate. You're going to get those nerves, those feelings of, oh my God, it's like imminent doom, you know that feeling I'm talking about. Let me know in the chat if you know what feeling I'm talking about every time you create content, anytime you do something that you know you have to do, you know you must do, but it doesn't feel good to do it, right? It doesn't give you that feeling of, you wish that you could be more calm. You wish that you could be more relaxed. You wish you could be cool as a cucumber. You wish you could be smooth sailing, but it hardly ever is like that, right? How many people understand that feeling that I'm talking about? Let me go in the chat here. Dom says, I like Elvis. He was a very good singer. You better believe it. Tech for your needs. Okay, Luis says, Nez, I'm older than you, LOL, by a few years. I didn't know that. Are you serious? You look great. You don't look like you're older than me. You look fantastic. Pretty old here too. Needs for subs. All right, I love it. The old dudes and dudettes. Let's do this. I got you beat, Copter Deal. I look like I'm 12. That's funny, Copter Deal, because I look like I'm 50, but I got the mentality of a 6-year-old. I'm an onstage performer. I know it oh so well. Very nice. Needs for subs. That's awesome. Roland. Yes, Roland. How are you, Roland? Roland says, I know the feeling, but no longer engage with it. Very wise. Roland is a fantastic creator. He's got a great live stream show, Marketing Smarties, which I've been honored to be a guest a couple of times. And Roland, I'm gonna be on your show again. I would love to. Christian says, old guy here, first time there. So this is the number one thing that's stopping you guys. This is Arthur Moorhead in the house. Good to see you, Arthur. Fantastic to see you guys on Saturday. This is the number one thing that's stopping you. You're hardwired. You're hardwired to avoid failure. You know, your brain goes, why are you like doing that thing that, like, why are you having that conversation with your boss when, like, no, because there's so much risk. Your brain always, it's a self-preserving organism. Your mind, your body, it's a self-preserving organism. Fight or flight. It will do everything in its power to avoid confrontation, to avoid defeat, to avoid failure. You have to, here's the light, guys. Here's the light. Once you're aware of that, once you understand this, you won't let those feelings dominate you. Listen to what Roland said. I don't engage with it. That's the thing. Those feelings are going to come and come and come. Just like everything in life, shit happens. Things will arise that don't go your way. It's not what arises that takes precedence. It's how you interpret what happens. It's unavoidable, you guys. It is unavoidable. You are going to feel pain in this thing called LIFE. You cannot be a human being and avoid pain. Impossible. It's an impossible proposition. You're not going to avoid pain. But check this out. Suffering is a choice. What am I talking about? Suffering is a choice. Dom says, I'm going to start talking about fantastic, fantastic. Yes, Christopher Womack's back. Yes, we do not like failure. Have to move past that. Yeah, but you cannot be, yes, very good, Roland. Nervousness equals excitement. You cannot be successful without failure. It's impossible, you guys. It's not so those feelings that come up when you're doing a video, and everybody, you guys are all great creators. Maybe you're in a job interview, or maybe you have to have that conversation with a family, a friend, a coworker, a boss, a loved one. You know what type of conversation I'm talking about. It's one of those must conversations. And the reason I keep bringing up that example is because I had to do this very recently. I had to have a conversation with somebody I love very recently. I mean, not in my immediate family, but an old friend. And it wasn't, I was feeling that feeling like, oh God, I don't want to do this. I guess I have to do this. You get those feelings, that rush of electricity, the anxiety, the fear, the sort of surge of your chest and all that. But you need to have a new relationship with those feelings. That's the whole premise of this live stream. I want you to have a new relationship with those feelings. And guys, this is so big. It's bigger than just creating content. I know it's the number one affliction of content creators, but it's bigger than just creating content. It's everything in your life. This is mindset mastery. Something most of you guys know I talk about on Nez Nation all the time on my YouTube channel. I have an entire playlist called Mindset Mastery. It's over 50 videos of talking about the dude inside your head whose favorite word is can't, right? Copter deal, awesome. Needs more subs. Risk avoidance equals growth avoidance. Oh, well said. Very well said. Yeah, Arthur says Roland is great. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Jay, good to see you. Jay, good to see you. Once you have a new relationship, and by the way, here's a great litmus test. When you had that sort of, constricting, rapid heartbeat, hard of breath feeling before those, whatever it is, before going live, before creating a video, before putting it out there, before hitting publish, right? What before you had that conversation, that interview, that presentation perhaps, or maybe you had to, talk to somebody about, this is something that's really interesting, is having that conversation with a loved one due to medical reasons. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things, and I'll give you a great example. So, my family and we recently had a conversation with another family member about their health because we're really worried about their health. This is not something that's fun. It gave us a lot of anxiety. It gave us a lot of hesitation. But here's what I want to posit to you guys. How did you feel after it was over? You made it through. You survived. Nothing happened. Your video is doing great. Your content is just doing great. There's always going to be those people who are going to criticize you. You cannot avoid critics. It's impossible. You could be Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa has critics. She's always happy. She's always helping people. There's always somebody who's going to judge you. There's always somebody who's going to be negative. There's always going to be haters. If you have a different relationship with the ultimate hater that lives inside your head, the eternal doubter, the dude whose favorite word is can't, your whole entire life changes. And then you operate with poetry, with ease, with your natural state, and everything becomes fluid. Everything becomes smooth. Not all the time. You're still going to have your bumps. You're still going to remember what I said. You cannot be a human being in this life and avoid pain. It's impossible. But suffering is a choice. Pain is unavoidable. Suffering is a choice. What in the world am I talking about? Your interpretation. Your interpretation. Copter Deal says, yeah, I've been doing YT for 3 years. I used to be able to look beyond failures and many times haters. Louise says, it is not much people you reach. It's the amount of people you reach what matters. Yeah. Christopher says, can't stop trying. Very good. Needs for subs. I've had the feeling and then had that feeling justified by really having a terrible performance. Then you have to wait until you get your chance to execute and do it better. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? Here's the thing. Okay, here's another perfect example. You look at some of the greatest comedians of all time, okay? So Richard Pryor, George Carlin. These guys are master public speakers, right? Because in order to be a comedian, you have to be a master performer, a master public speaker, right? I'm a professional speaker as well, and I've had this happen to me too. Sometimes those feelings, it's like it's paralysis. It's paralysis. It comes on like a Mack truck. It's almost impossible. You literally feel, again, you're hardwired in your brain. This is neuroscience. You're literally hardwired in your brain. Your brain is telling you, get out, alert, alert, danger, danger, right? It's flight. I mean, it's just pure flight mode. It's just pure, let me get the hell out of here. Lenny Bruce, yes, thank you, Arthur. Um, it's the greatest comedian. You ask anybody, and this goes beyond comedians. You ask, I mean, I've heard it a million. I've read his biography. Even Steve Martin, who's one of my favorite comedians of all time. Their first 20, 30. Think about this, YouTubers. Your first 10 to 20 videos, your early videos. Why did you keep going? Because I know, I mean, this is like the number one like cliche with YouTubers, right? Oh yeah, my first 20, 15 videos sucked. And 99% of the time, that's true. I'm only saying 99% of the time just to be polite. It's really 100% of the time it's true. Everybody's first 10 to 15 videos, absolutely SUCK. They blow. Steve Martin, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, all these great comedians, they bombed over. Jerry Seinfeld, they bombed over and over and over. Chris Rock used to say, I got booed off stage. Now the guy's a multimillionaire, right? Doing stand-up comedy. Why did they keep going? Why did they keep pressing? Why? Because they understood that this was the process. This is the real crux, you guys. They understood that this is the process. This is how it works. It's when you don't understand that those feelings are natural, that your brain is hardwired to emit that electrical signal to every other part of your nervous system. It's only when we interpret that as this must mean I can't be doing this, that it stops us. Do you get that? Does that make sense? Yes, absolutely, Christian. Thank you so much. Mine still suck, but I think my resources may suck less. No, Christian, I'm telling you right now, you go check out Nez's first 10 to 20 videos and you will laugh. And I actually, what's really interesting about what you said, Christian, is, so Christian said, mine still suck, but I think my recent ones may suck less. I'm never satisfied with my content. I'm never satisfied. Is that a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. But one thing I know that it does allow me to do is it allows me to continually work on my craft. It forces me to continually grow and I want to be a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all, to quote the famous Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella recently said this. I want to be a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all. To quote Shunryu Suzuki, who's a great Zen master, who came in the early part of the 20th century. He's dead now. Keep that. You've heard me say this before. Keep that beginner's mind. In an expert's mind, the world is full of zero possibilities, but in a beginner's mind, the world is full of possibilities. So I always like to keep that beginner's mind. Ooh, I love it. Roland, the story we tell ourselves, self-fulfilling prophecy. Luis, YouTube content creators, look at the first few videos compared to now. It's all in the journey and learning process. Yes, look at my Nez Nation audience. You guys are the smartest group of just intelligent, creative sons of guns on planet Earth. I'm so appreciative of you guys. I appreciate you guys immensely. I love you guys. You guys rock. Smart. It's all part of the process. Yes, Luis. Yes, along the way you kept going because your inner self said, I'm not giving up. Yeah, but a lot of people do give up. A lot of people do give up, Luis. And I think it's just a lack of awareness. All it is just a lack of awareness. Okay. So Dom, I know Dom, you're really super young. I hope you're still here, Dom. Arthur says an artist always thinks his or her work is never done. Yeah, thank you, Arthur. I appreciate that. We've been around the block. Yeah, that's right. Need for subs. Christian, it's my first time here, but I'm glad I dropped by. Thank you, Christian. First timers, let me know if this is your first time in the Nez Nation. Hey, Christian, I christen thee. I christen Christian as an honorary member of the Nez Nation community. You can join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group, Nez Nation. We're trying to bring more humanness to this digitalness. We are hyper connected, but in some ways, we're very isolated and alienated from one another. I want us to be inclusive. I want to create a culture, a community where we come to inspire each other as creators, as human beings. There is no greater creative act, y'all. There is no greater creative act than being a human being. Don't ever forget this. You are walking poetry. It just lacks awareness. So there's a lot of people who give up. There's a lot of people who give up, Luis. So I want to get back to that. That's what this live stream is all about. Just a healthy reminder. You know me, Professor Nez, Nez Nation. I'm just a healthy reminder. There's nothing special about Professor Nez. There's nothing original about Professor Nez. I'm just a reminder because we all suffer from what I like to call permanent temporary amnesia. We forget. All too often we forget. I need reminders. You need reminders. And I'm happy to be that reminder. The greatest influences of my life, the greatest teachers, whatever you want to call them, mentors, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, they were all amazing reminders of something I always felt inside me. But because it was put out there, because they had the guts, they had the audacity to put themselves out there, they reminded me and they brought me to life. I'm just another link in the chain. At least I hope to be another link in the chain. Thank you, Needs for Subs. You're awesome. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me, friend. You are too. Ditto that. Ditto. And I return the compliment. Copter Deal. Okay, guys, I'm on the other side of the world, so I got to sleep. Okay, go sleep. Thank you so much, Copter Deal. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe. Don't forget, guys, subscribe and like to the channel because you never know when Nez is going to pop up. Sometimes I plan it. Sometimes I don't. The vlog is still cooking. You know, don't forget the vlog. Check out my latest stream on IGTV. I think you'll get a lot out of it. Hey, Luke, how are you? Good to see you. Sir? Sir. Thank you, Dom. I appreciate that. Thank you, Luke. So yeah, take this with you. Take this with you. Please take this with you. Those feelings are normal. Remind yourself every time the next time you go through a situation, job interview, you want to create some content that maybe you think is a little risque, something you've never put out there before, something that's revealing, maybe even puts you in a vulnerable position, a conversation you need to have with a loved one, a friend, a family member, what have you. And you get those feelings, you're going to get that surge. Maybe you're giving a presentation, maybe you're giving a public speech, and you get those feelings where it just literally feels like your insides are on fire and you're choked up and you're sweating, you're a hot mess, and your heart's beating a million miles a second. Think of this live stream. I want you to remember Professor Nez. It's normal. It's supposed to happen. That's what it's supposed to do. And you have the power to circumvent it. You have the power to let it stop you. And you also, please, I heed this, you have the power to overcome it. And the key is that awareness. The key is that awareness. That's the key. Yes, what is it, Luke? You can ask me, please. Luis, first thing is your persona by being yourself. Content creator. Who are you talking to when you say content? Is there a dude name? Okay, never mind. First thing is your persona by being yourself and not trying to be what people think you should be. It is going to help you in this digital world. Just remember, you are your own brand. Yes, that's exactly right. Personal branding. I am a digital brand coach, by the way. If you ever need any one-on-one coaching and consulting, please hit me up. You can go to my website, professornez.com. You can check out everything that we offer. I bring you all sorts of free content on my podcast, on my live stream show, my YouTube channel. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Play. We're on Stitcher. I love doing this. I'm a content creating machine. And trust me, y'all, trust me. And actually, I want to end with this. The day that I stopped feeling those nerves, to go back to the Elvis anecdote I shared earlier, the day that I stopped feeling that little trepidation, that little surge, that little electricity that goes right through your veins, that's the day I'll stop creating content. Even before this live, some of you, I tell this to my students all the time, especially my public speaking students. They're like, dude, you look like a natural. when you're up there speaking to thousands of people, speaking to a big auditorium hall full of 200, 300 students. They're like, you are always so cool and calm and collective. No, 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 no. Don't get it twisted. I've got locomotives in my chest, y'all. I've got locomotives in my chest. I just do it anyway. So what if you get scared? So what if you get nervous? So what if you get anxiety? So what? It's normal. Do it anyway. Do it scared. Do it full of fear. There's nothing wrong with you. Once you have this awareness, once you understand that it's all inside here, it's all inside here, you're actually hardwired. This is like primordial neuroscientific stuff, y'all. You can't avoid this, but you can avoid interpreting it as, oh my God, because I felt nervous or because, that happened to me. I must not be able to do. No, it shouldn't be like this. Musicians, when they get up there and do a performance, you ask even Mick Jagger. I mean, the dude's like 90 now, and he's been doing probably over 1 million shows. He still gets that feeling before he gets on stage. I guarantee you he does. He still gets that feeling before he goes on stage. Yes, Luke, what do you want to ask me? Please shoot. Any questions? I'm going to get out of here in just a minute, but I want to open the floor to questions. Was that helpful? Let me know if that was helpful, if that was a nice, healthy reminder. Let me know what your thoughts are on what I just said. Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? I want to answer questions. I'm going to put this on my podcast. I'm going to put this everywhere. So let me know if you have any questions. I want to help remind, inspire, and motivate as many people as I can. What kind of teachings, Luke? I'm giving you teachings right now. Thank you, Luis. Hey, thank you so much, Needs for Subs. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Copter Deal. Oh, I would love to. But dude, Copter Deal, if you're new to my channel, Luis will tell you, Need for Subs will tell you, even Roland will tell you. I've got an entire playlist. Go to my YouTube channel, Copter Deal. First, you need to subscribe. Hello. But go to my YouTube channel. You'll see a playlist on mindset mastery, videos about communications, digital storytelling. I talk about this stuff all the time, brother, and I ain't gonna stop. I can't stop. It's in me. It's in my DNA. It's in my bones. I can't stop. There's no way I can stop. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep bringing it because we are truly living in the greatest era of all time. I truly believe this. The fact that I can speak to somebody who lives in Tunisia while still being in my home, in my studio, is absolutely mind-boggling to me. It's just absolutely mind-boggling to me. It's terrific. So yeah, thank you so much, Luke. I appreciate it. Ring the bell. Yeah, don't forget the bell. Although now there's been some, hey, you educated YouTubers, I was on Nick Nimen's stream, Needs for Subs. I met Needs for Subs there. I met quite a few of you there actually on maybe even, I can't remember, Luis, if we met on Nimen's stream, but Nick Nimen, the Nimenati, a fantastic live streamer, video creator. We were, these guys are in Chiang Mai, Thailand. They're in Chiang Mai, Thailand going live. And they're reaching me all the way in Southern California. I mean, we're living in the greatest era of all time. I am absolutely in love. Luke Markerson, of course I'll give you a shout out if you're going into the hospital. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope everything is okay. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you feel better. Needs for Subs, dig in. The archives are there. I found Creator Fundamentals. Yes, Dan is fantastic. He was on the Nez Nation Live podcast. So if that's an episode, I believe it was episode 12 or 11, I can't remember. He was on the Nez Nation Live podcast, and you could go to iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher and find my interview with Dan all about YouTube growth in 2018 and strategy. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm from Israel. Hello from Israel. Hello from Israel. Nice to see you, my friend. Good to see you, brother. I found you on Periscope. That's right. Luis, you're the original Nez Nation. I did start on Periscope in early 2016. Thank you, dude. That is absolutely right. Luis, you're the orig. Luis, you're the orig. Once I get super chats, which is going to happen very shortly, Luis, and a lot of you guys were just fantastic. I'm going to need some moderators. The chat's going to be blowing up, and Nez, I'm going to be going live weekly, daily, monthly. You know it. And so I'm going to make you a moderator. Okay, Luis. As a matter of fact, I think I can probably make you a moderator right now. I don't know if I've ever had a moderator. Let me see. Add moderator. Yeah. Okay, you're a moderator. You are a moderator. Who else wants to be a moderator on Nez Nation Live? I think Needs for Subs needs to be a moderator. I'm going to make you a moderator too, Needs for Subs. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to make you a moderator. Christian, you're new. Oh, that's how you found me, Christian? Is that right? That's how you found me? Is that correct? Correctamundo. Oh, very cool, Christian. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Luke, you got it. You got Luke, not yet. You'll get there. This is your first time here. I don't want to just hand out mods, otherwise it won't be special. Okay, Christian. Okay, Christian. I like your vibe. I like your attitude. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Keep coming back, Luke. That's how you'll become a mod. I need mods. You're a moderator, Christian. I need mods. So keep coming back and I will make you a mod. I don't want to just hand it out like it's like it's nothing. It has to be something special. And Luis is like, he is just there from the beginning. Needs for Subs is somebody I've known for quite some time now. He has just been awesome on the channel, huge, big supporter. And just, I don't want to just make it seem like it's just, to make you a mod, you have to kowtow to me, or you have to, you have to, how do you say it? Brown nose or whatever. Contributing intelligently, being a part of the community, being more humanness in this digitalness, and actually being present. That's going to be my sort of criteria, I know I'm going to need it because me, I am the live stream king. You know me. I am going to dominate this platform. I am going to dominate in the space of edutainment, personal development, right? Digital branding, content creation strategies and best practices. I'm going to dominate. I'm just getting started, y'all. I'm just getting started. I mean, you know me, nothing's going to stop me. So congratulations to Luis, Needs More Subs, and Christian for becoming mods. The rest of you, keep on coming back. Keep on coming back. And you can possibly become a mod as well. I really appreciate you. Needs More Subs. When the Nez Nation blows up, you will have to lay the hammer down. That's right. Yes, that's absolutely right. It's not all just pretty blue wedges. That's right. That's right. Sense of humor is a definite big plus. By the way, really quickly on digital branding, I have to mention this. Well, before I do, are there any questions about anything that I yes, I will. No problem, Luke. Don't worry about it. Are there any questions about anything that I just covered about the number one thing stopping you, how to overcome the number one thing stopping you from creating content, and pretty much these are universal kind of themes. I mean, pretty much anything else. It's not just the number one thing that stops you from creating content, but it's a universal theme. It's the number one thing stopping you from pretty much everything. That's what I truly, truly believe. Are there any questions about that? Any concerns? And I want to talk to you about, I saw a great interview with, talk about a dude who understands branding. So Shaquille O'Neal, most of you guys know who Shaquille O'Neal is. The guy is just like 7'1", 380 pounds, monster. He was a huge Laker, started off in Orlando. Most big men, most centers in the NBA, they don't get a lot of endorsement deals. They don't get a lot of the same sort of brand and sponsorship deals. This is so relevant to YouTube. They don't get a lot of the same sponsorship and brand deals that maybe I'll do a completely different live stream on this too. I probably should. As like the guards and point guards like Steph Curry, LeBron James and Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. And thank you so much, Dom. I appreciate it. And Michael Jordan obviously is the biggest example. And so he was studying commercials. He went to marketing school at LSU, and Shaquille O'Neal was studying commercials. And he said the number one thing that got the most engagement, this has a lot to do with YouTube, this has a lot to do with everything else, is fun. The people who are having the most fun in the commercial, the people who are funny and just enjoying themselves and bringing laughs and smiles to people, those were the commercials. Those were the advertisers that went the most viral. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be this funny clown, but when you understand, this is why is this relevant, Professor Nez? When you understand, when you understand that the only thing holding you back is that little dude inside your head whose favorite word is can't, when you truly encapsulate this truth. And by the way, don't take my word for it. Go test this shit out in the real world. Don't just believe what I don't want you to believe anything I say. I don't want you to just nod your head and be like, "Yes, sir, that sounds great." Go test it, because I don't want this to be an intellectual channel. This is an experiential channel. I want you to experience this stuff. Feel it for yourself. Only then will it plant roots. Only then will it have meaning and impact. Um, but as soon as you really explore this and embrace this, you become looser. You take things less so heavy. I don't want to say less seriously, but less heavy. And you're lighter, not just like metaphorically, but physically, you're lighter. And you start to look at things with softer pairs of eyes, and you see the fun, the humor just start to glow, and it just radiates off of you. I'm telling you right now, this is the key. This is the key. Shine that light of remembrance, shine that light of awareness, investigate for yourself, self awareness, self inquiry. Decide for yourself what's really, really true, what's really, really important. And only then will it truly, truly manifest itself as the real deal schlemiel inside your chest. The ultimate pharmacy is in your chest. You have all the nutrients. You've got all the natural antidepressants. You've got all the right drugs inside your chest. You don't need to go to CVS. Trust me, y'all. I'm not a doctor or clinician. I'm not saying, you don't need medicine. I'm just saying investigate for yourself. Investigate for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Not a doctor. At least that kind of doctor. Thank you so much, Luke. That means a lot to me. Luis, branding, personable humor, compassionate, not self. It goes a long way for your brand. Thank you so much. Christian, I teach astronomy and I love it. One of my students asked me why I seem to be so happy. I told them that astronomy always made me happy. That's beautiful, Christian. Fantastic. Arthur says, I run and have several groups on FB and on LinkedIn and a membership site. Is that the same thing? I have run a blog for 10 years too. Is a moderator on YT the same thing? No, just a moderator on YouTube, Arthur, is just yeah, it's just somebody that gets appointed as like kind of like an admin, yeah, for a Facebook group. So they have authority to delete comments, or they basically moderate the chat. And they have higher sort of authority on the channel as opposed to just the person streaming. And Luis knows this, Needs More Subs knows this, Christian knows this, everybody knows this, that I will have a Nimin chat sooner than later. And if you know what I mean by the Nimin chat, I'm talking like F1 Formula Racer chat, where the Nimin brothers have thousands, hundreds and hundreds of live chat. It's almost impossible to. I think Nimin's got like 100 moderators. How many moderators Needs More Subs does he have? Or Luis? He's got to have a ton of moderators. Thank you so much, Luke. That means a lot to me. Copter deal. Christian, yeah, one of the most interesting subjects someone can teach. And here's the thing, Christian. See, your audience can tell. Christian, you bring up a really good point. The reason why I'm so happy is because, right, that astronomy always made you happy. Right. There you have it right there. You can feel it. This is the biggest mistake when I do public speaking coaching and I do writing coaching and I do executive career coaching. Don't underestimate your audience. Your audience can smell the inauthenticity, the disingenuousness. If you're not into it, and actually Shaquille O'Neal said this in the interview, he says he never sponsors or endorses a product he doesn't like because he knows the audience can feel it. They can feel that it's fake, it's phony. If I wasn't just screeching in my bones with my love for content creation and live streaming and reaching you guys and having a platform, I wouldn't have this kind of energy. I wouldn't have this kind of enthusiasm. I wouldn't be able to speak with this kind of resolve, with this kind of absolute commitment and determination and conviction. You would lack conviction. That's the key word. If you didn't love it, if you weren't into it, if it didn't obsess you, I don't want to say love. It has to make you like I get itchy, I get scratchy, I get feverish if I don't create content for longer than 24 hours. I'm serious. Even if it's just as simple as a quick meme or a quick, inspirational quote on Instagram or something like that. I get itchy, I get scratchy. What makes you itchy and scratchy? What is that thing that you can't not do? If that makes sense. Yeah, needs more subs says typical chat has 130. Yeah, 20 mods. And I'm a mod on Nimmons, but I have to be honest, I'm not the best mod. I mean, I don't really delete anybody's comment. I mean, there's so many mods in there. Doug Hewson does such a great job too. Luke says, "Sir, so what is the best Routh? I get scared. What's Routh? You mean route? What is the best route to what? Tell me, elaborate a little bit." Thank you, Luis. Yeah, route. Is that what you mean? Yeah, what is the best route? Oh, what is the best route to success? Wow. Well, I think if you're looking for sort of like an outline, or you're looking for like a blueprint, really depends on the context. What exactly do you want? But I would say this: the best route to success is definitely diving all in on you and not trying to be something you're not. I think the definition of success. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about this the other night because everybody gets asked, "What's the definition of success?" Um, needs for subs. That's right. Copter deal. The meaning of life. Have fun, laugh, and don't take anything personally, especially yourself, especially this dude in here. And try to just milk the joy. Try to milk the exhilaration out of every single moment, even pain, even suffering. You can just milk that for all it's worth, because sooner enough, we're all going to be dead. I think the definition of success is knowing who you are, which sounds really kind of, maybe it sounds a little funny, but I mean that with every fiber of my being. A lot of people think they know who they are, but they really don't because they've been trying to be something they're not their whole entire lives. Know what truly makes this dude in here go like this. Not safe, safe. I'll be an accountant. I'll get married. I'll have 2 kids. What makes this dude thump? What makes this thing want to jump out of your chest? And then monetize that. Try to find a way to monetize that. And I'm telling you right now, 20 years ago, it was almost impossible to do what I'm doing right now. But you're living in the greatest era of all time. There's no excuses. Needs more subs says success for me is let the world better for me having been here and never stop growing. Yeah, leaving the world having known that you were here better. Luke says it's because I'm starting on YouTube and I'm scared in case anyone makes fun of who I am. That's going to happen. Hey, Luke, that's going to happen. If you're scared of that, if you're worried about that, let me save you the suspense. Let me save you the anxiety. You're going to get made fun of. It's going to happen. I get made fun of all the time. I had a dude come on a Periscope not that long ago and said, "You should jump off a bridge today. Like you're worthless or you know what I mean? It's going to happen." Um, if you understand that, and you don't focus on that. I mean, it still hurts. Believe me, it does hurt. Negative comments. I'm still a human being. I may talk about all these things and discuss all these things that I went through in my life. And by the way, if you don't know my story, the reason I talk about mindset so much and the reason I talk about self-inquiry and self-awareness so much is because I went through debilitating anxiety and depression as a young man from 18 to 29. I'm 41 now. I went through debilitating anxiety and depression from 18. I walked through that fire, which was a living hell. I was lucky enough to walk through it and live. And everything that I learned, everything that I encompassed, everything that I was able to research and analyze and practice and experience that helped me get through the hell that is between these 2 ears. I feel absolutely obligated to share that. That's the whole purpose of me being online. That's the whole purpose of me creating content because I know how important and viable it was when people shared with me and inspired me. I'm only doing what my forefathers did. I'm emulating what my forefathers did. That's all I'm doing. So let me save you the suspense. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like you're going to get made fun of. The difference is how you interpret that, how you approach that, how you experience that. You're not going to get away in this thing called life. As a human being, you're not going to get away with no pain. There's no way. Yeah, I get the same. When I reached 18K subs, people started to call me because they got my phone somehow. I was bullied from day one and it was held. I was bullied from day one. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that, Luke. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sure you've got some great experiences. Here's my best advice to you. First of all, I hope you have some people that you have a support group, you have a family, you have loved ones that are there for you that you can talk to somebody. I would definitely recommend I saw therapists, a lot of them were bad, but there was a couple that were really good. I would definitely recommend reaching out to a true professional, but also I would say after you do that, I would say start creating content about what you experienced. Start putting it out there, and I guarantee it will help other people. I guarantee it will inspire other people. Luis, knowing who you are, learning from your failures, documenting your journey. Don't sweat the small things. Yes. That's why you're a mod, Luis. Christian, same here, but I am still here, and so are you. Beautiful, Christian. I love that. That's beautiful. Boy, I picked the right mods, did I not? Um, Lion Nation. Dom says, gave me something to look forward to. Oh my God, are you kidding me? What's there not to look forward to? What's there not to look forward to? The trees, the birds, the clouds, blue skies, being able to eat, being able to walk, being able to see. Gratitude is self ingrained. Gratitude is something you can cultivate. Gratitude. Two things that let me say this and then I got to get going. If you're grateful, two things that can never coexist. I've said this before. Gratitude and stress. If you're grateful, you're not stressed out. If you're stressed out, you're not grateful, and there's always something to be grateful for. Even the fact that you can walk. I was watching a program last night with my wife where this Olympic swimmer got into a terrible ATV accident and was paralyzed from the neck down. Her life is turned upside down, and the suicide rates for paraplegics is like something like 80% or something, and this woman was just telling her story. There's nothing absolutely nothing wrong. Uh, there's so much to look forward to. There's so much to look forward to. There's everything to look forward to. Dom, you're a young person, you're a content creator. You're thinking about doing live stream shows. There's everything in front of you, everything that you can see, touch, smell, and hear is something to look forward to. Yeah, Arthur. Beautifully said, Arthur. Waking up every day and your feet hitting the floor, and I'm 57. Or as my uncle always says, every day above dirt is a good day. Copter deal. I kind of don't want to give these haters the promotion they want. They troll me, so I just ignore the whole thing when it happens. Yeah, I mean that's fine. That's most of the time they're looking for reaction. That's true. I just be honest with them. I'm just like, damn, that hurts. Thanks a lot. I guess did you achieve? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Really quick, I got to get at. This is such an awesome conversation, and I love this. Here's the thing. When it comes to haters, always remember this: nobody who's successful, nobody who has a life that is fulfilling and purposeful, um, ever feels the need to hate or troll. There's something going on underneath with these haters and these trolls. They're at the very epicenter of all that hate is just misunderstanding, confusion, and pain. So these people are in pain. You are not a healthy human being if you are spewing hate for no reason. If you're every single you can't function on that stuff, y'all. It's poison. It's toxic. You can't live on hate. So I really just kind of feel sorry for them, and I just kind of try to. Now I wasn't always like this, and not to say that Nez is this like, ooh, this peace-loving, monk living in the Himalayas. No, 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 not even close. I still get pissed off all the time. But I think trying to cultivate that feeling again, it's awareness, trying to cultivate that feeling and that knowledge that They don't hate you. Don't take it personal. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with they really just hate themselves. I mean, honestly, no successful person, no winner even wastes time. They don't waste their breath on hate. Like they just don't. What's the point of that? Like, why would they? Does that make sense? Why would they? Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for checking out the live stream. I love all of you guys. As always, if you're looking to be inspired and motivated, learn the best of what's happening in the digital media space, communications, 21st century business, this is the channel for you. We talk about mindset, digital storytelling, branding, content creation, and we're going to teach it to you, and you're going to be able to use it. It's experiential. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you know what's good for you. All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys rock.